The city had long been under the control of a man who claimed to serve the people, but for years, Mayor Frank Harrison had been using his political power for his own gain. Under his leadership, corruption had spread like wildfire, with bribes flowing from contractors, misused public funds, and countless backroom deals made with the wealthy elite. People in the city were starting to notice the cracks, but they were afraid to speak up. Clint Eastwood had had enough. He wasn't the kind of man who stood by while those in power abused their positions. Today, Clint was going to make sure Harrison's reign of corruption would come to an end. Keycap 2. Clint entered City Hall, his expression stern as he walked through the corridors that had once been a place for progress and hope. Now, they felt like a maze of deceit and hidden agendas. Harrison's office was on the top floor, overlooking the city, a constant reminder of the power he wielded. Clint stepped into the elevator, his thoughts focused on what needed to be done. As the elevator doors opened, Clint walked straight to Harrison's office. The mayor was seated at his desk, going over city budgets, unaware that the very man he'd been running from had just arrived. Clint knocked on the door without hesitation, and Harrison looked up, his smile faltering when he saw Clint standing there. "What's this? Another angry citizen?" Harrison asked with feigned concern, though his eyes betrayed his nervousness. Clint didn't play games. "No. I'm here to make sure you answer for what you've done, ***, Clint said, his voice firm. "You've used this office to line your pockets, to hurt the people who trusted you. It ends today." Harrison stood up, trying to maintain his composure. "You can't just walk in here and accuse me of something like that," he said, his voice rising slightly. "I've been elected by the people. I've been doing my job." Clint didn't flinch. "You've been doing your job for yourself, not for the people," Clint said, pulling out a thick folder of evidence, filled with documents, bank transfers, and testimonies. "You've been accepting bribes, mismanaging public funds, and enriching yourself while the people you were elected to serve suffer." Harrison's smug expression faltered as Clint laid the evidence on the desk. "You can't do this," Harrison stammered. "I've got connections, people who will protect me." Clint stepped forward, his gaze unshakable. "Your connections won't protect you anymore," Clint said, his voice unwavering. "The truth is in these documents. The people you've been using will now have their voices heard. And you're going to face the consequences of your actions." Harrison tried to backpedal, his hands shaking as he realized the depth of the scandal that had just been exposed. "You think you can take me down? I've been untouchable for years." Clint's eyes locked onto Harrison's with an intensity that couldn't be ignored. "You've been untouchable because you thought no one was paying attention. But now, the truth is out, and there's nowhere left for you to hide." Just as Harrison began to panic, the authorities arrived, taking him into custody in front of his staff and the people who had watched his corruption unfold. Clint didn't wait around for applause or recognition. His job was done, ***, justice had been served, and Harrison's reign was over, ***, the people could now begin to rebuild, and Clint knew that this victory was just the beginning. And if you want to see more of Clint Eastwood's no-nonsense approach to justice, where corruption never wins, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon, because Clint ensures the guilty never walk free.